My name is Maurice Harker. I'm the director of Sons of Helaman, a specialized self-mastery training program for LDS young men.
I would definitely recommend Sons of Helaman to anyone who's having a problem with really anything like that is a struggle in their life, because it doesn't only apply to just addictions and other things like that. It applies to every aspect of your life. It can help you do better in school and have more motivation to do schoolwork and up your performance in that. It can help you attain any sort of goals that you have in life.
Sons of Helaman was created over 8 years ago when I was doing pre-mission assessments for LDS Family Services. We had the frustrating and disappointing experience of having several young men, having the experience of being delayed from priesthood advancement and from serving missions and from being temple worthy due to morality issues, primarily reoccurring exposure to pornography and other morality issues on their own or with other people.
Something I learned from Sons of Helaman, the main thing that I learned and that I apply in my life is the power of discernment and being able to listen to the Spirit and being able to know what God wants you to do and be able to say. And in Sons of Helaman, I have learned how to be able to teach by the Spirit. I'll be able to use that, and I will be able to use that on my mission to be able to not have me be the teacher, but have the Spirit be the teacher.
In an attempt to find a way to overcome this in a way that was actually more effective than individual therapy and was less expensive than individual therapy, one of the common frustrations that I was experiencing as an individual therapist was that the young men would have that experience of, as much as I try to, you, Mr. Therapist, are not relating to me, you don't understand, I'm different, I'm not the same as everybody else. And I was agonizing because I knew that I had a half a dozen or more dozens of young men with the same problem, with the same agony, and they just needed to meet each other.
It's introduced me to a different side of the Spirit, and it got me more in tune with the Spirit. It's also brought me to the knowledge of what a real man is and how he acts.
Through a series of pondering and revelation, pulling a bunch of scientific concepts together, the idea of Sons of Helaman was pulled together and created.
I noticed a difference after I started Sons of Helaman. I always felt so weird around girls. I hated that, just feeling weird around girls. And after I started, I got to know myself better, and I got to just express my emotions, and I wasn't hiding anything from anyone, and that's what I loved, is I didn't feel like I had to hide anymore. I was like, this is who I am now. I don't have to hide anything.
So with the permission of both parents and church leaders, we gathered a half a dozen of these young men together, put them in the same room together, and started the process of training them in a way that they could both fight the spiritual elements and the psychological elements of this unfortunate pattern of misbehavior.
I know that this church is true. I know that this program helps boys with addictions, and it works. I promise you it works.